Criminal darts.
I do not have a criminal. I've thrown criminal darts. I should have been put away a couple of times for how shocking I was impersonating a darts player.
So, what are your thoughts on the current state of competitive darts?
Wow, what a question.
I know.
Wow. It's been peaking for a long time. It's up right. The growth's done. Just plateau and that's fine. Now there's a bit more growth again. So I don't know, because it seems to kind of, the world of darts is expanding and expanding at a rate that I didn't envisage. The Asian players, they will rule the roost eventually. Whether it's in the next decade, 2 decades, 3, I don't know.
Why do you say they'll rule?
Right, let me tell you. Technically, they are, without a doubt, bringing on each other. They throw, technically, so much better than anyone else. I don't know why. I don't know why. I don't know if it's because they play a lot of soft tip, and you can't just flick a dart in at soft tip. You kind of have to throw it a little bit softly. That's not the way to throw, but they grip the dart softly. So there's no fandangled grips. There's no flicking of the dart and it doing all this. You look at the way that the first Asian player that really come to the fore, well, not Paul Lim, actually. No offence to Paul Lim is meant when I say this, but Seigo Asada was the first one to come over from Asia that was actually looking like he was going to win games in the World Championships. Had James Wade, who was top notch during that game, had him running everywhere. Now it's kind of Lawrence Alagan, now it's Go-To. We've had Muramatsu as well, Mikuru Suzuki. Technically, they're very, very good. And I think if they just keep playing the way that they're playing, and then a few of them move over to the full PDC, this is the problem. It's still primarily based in Europe and England, the tour. So these players have got to up sticks, unfortunately. Damon Hetter's done it, Simon Whitlock, John Part was the one that commuted. How he commuted, I don't know. So they're going to have to make professional choices to get it done, but I believe they will. As for the rest of the world, like I said, that there's players coming out of the woodwork left, right and centre. And I actually like the Modus series as well. I think that's producing players. Look, the more darts, the better for us, because we love it, right? We do. We've got a passion for it. But at the moment, darts is absolutely booming.
It seemed to be like we had a little youth spurt. It's like it's no longer a fat man's sport. There's lots of youth coming in. And then it sort of came a little bit quieter again. You had your stars that still were there. But then the Luke Litter effect went mental. It was like, oh my God, all of a sudden, everyone is involved in darts.
And people that are watching, I've already mentioned about sort of taking the dogs out for a walk and stuff, and my family and golf. So I take the dogs out for a walk. I end up talking about Luke Litter for 50 minutes from someone that I've never spoke to before. And then at golf, you're involved in darts, aren't you, Wayne? I'm not really involved.
All these years.
I'm a bit more involved. Come on now. Anyway, we talk about Luke Litter for another half hour. It's incredible. That's what it is. He has brought so many viewers, so many eyes to the sport. It was on Jonathan Ross. Come on, man. Come on.
And it's funny because I go down the pub, and where we usually play, all of a sudden, all these teenagers are there on the boards, and we're like, we've got a league game, you can't really play here. And I'm having a look at their darts, and they're going, oh yeah, you're on that Dartshopper stuff. I actually got a voucher, and I bought some Luke Littler, the cheap ones. I want to get the more expensive ones, but they buy a setup. They're just, everyone's just so excited by it. They want to be the next one, and it's just nothing but good.
100%. It's everything about it right now is positive, and it's not always been like that, has it?
No. So obviously, with Luke doing so well, there's so many people lined up to kind of have a go at him and take him down. How do you feel about that?
I've seen it. I've seen it happen in way before I was any good. I used to I was a very average youth player at the age of like 12, 13, compared to those that I was playing with. I was good, but those that I was playing with, I was average. And we played for London, and we used to go and watch all the London county games. Eric Bristow was there, Dave Lee, Cliff Lazarenko, people that were not, that they haven't become household names, but they were within darting terms. Charlie Alex, Bobby Semple, Clive Pearce, Graham Parker, Graham Miller, all these names, and they were all amazing players. And we used to just go and watch them. And it was, what was the question? What was the question?
Luke Littler being knocked down.
Oh, Gottak, yes, right,
Gottak.
right, okay, right. So, yeah, shall I just, I'll answer. I'll answer. What? That's hilarious.
That's fine.
That is so funny. What was the question?
I've been talking for 5 minutes, but what was the question?
I do this at home. Yeah, I've seen players being got at before. You would see the away team walk in the venue, and you could see them like hunting Bristow down. It was like, right, get into him, get him annoyed, get him kind of not thrown out, but get him riled, get him beat, and the others will just fold. It never worked. They just felt it would, but they were going after him. Then I saw with my own eyes during the time that I was growing, everyone go after Barney in the BDO. So why is he getting all the plaudits? He's like by the English press. He's not even English. And I was like, well, he's the best here. He is. Then it was Martin Adams, but then Phil got more than anything, because the press by this point, it was, is he the greatest sportsman that England has ever produced? Well, the other dart players hated that. And they would actually, their argument was, is darts a sport? You're playing it, you moron. You're paying tax on it. Of course it's a sport, you absolute fool. Oh, that's what you had to deal with back then. But anyway, so Phil used to get it more than anyone. And that went on for a long time. But he just dealt with it by winning. Luke Littler is doing all right. Yeah, look, he got beat at the match play. It's going to happen. He's going to get beat a lot, by the way. No one's going to dominate, because no one's that good, and the depth is just ludicrous, as you know. I just think that if his management just keep him under wraps, and the other players will get bored. They'll get bored with it. It's like, he doesn't win everything. And it'll, look, at the moment he's here, right? If he plateaus here, which I think he probably will, I'm not going to call it hatred, the envy that some have, I think that'll just wane. I think that'll just go. But yeah, he's got to deal with it, and it's not pleasant. But look, I would rather be disliked for being amazing than just being disliked in general, which unfortunately I'm there.
I do agree, and I think that like with social media, with the press and everything
Correct.
like that, it's just as long as they don't hit at him so negatively in a way that really
Yeah.
kicks. He's a young lad. You know, I'm like, just let him have fun. Let him enjoy his darts, whether he wins, whether he loses. We just want to see him kind of blossom and become the player that he can be.
And even when it's done positively, it's, oh, there's Luke Littler and his family in I don't know, Florida, wherever. And there's nothing bad about this. But on the back of that, because this happens on social media, I saw it. Leave the kid alone. They're just reporting on that. You want to know if Ronaldo's on his super yacht in the Algarve, but why not Luke Littler in Disneyland or wherever it may be? So even the positives, people just get sick and tired of reading or seeing about Luke Littler. If they didn't, it'd be, why are you not reporting on Luke Littler?
Yeah.
I've heard it, I've seen it, I've been involved in it, and it's madness.
Yeah.
But social media and the media can be madness, as we know.
Yeah, exactly.
As we know.
I think the thing is, though, it's really nice to see Luke's so down to earth. He likes his YouTubers, and I think he went for a ride with Lando Norris, Formula One the other day. He was like, did a hot lap, and then found out his draw and stuff. So he is loving life.
Yeah,
like he's getting so many opportunities and stuff. But I mean, for me, you know, you go many years back to the golden years of Hollywood, and you're like the American dream and everything. And we've had COVID, we've had war, we've had all of this negative stuff. For me, a young lad going up there, nearly winning the World Championship darts, I think actually it's just gone, people are just happy to have some positive, light hide, there's a dream, and he's living it.
Yeah, I agree. The world's an aggressive place. Let's have some joy, eh? Yeah, I like it.
We'll support him. Go on, Lukey boy. What's the most unusual place you've ever played darts?
Oh, wow. Played in a prison.
Okay.
Played in a prison. I wasn't an inmate. I was paid to be there.
Criminal darts.
I do not have a criminal. I've thrown criminal darts. I should have been put away a couple of times for how shocking I was impersonating a darts player. I played in a prison. That was not fun. I did it because I was paid to do it. I was just a little on edge. We've already discussed that I'm a lover, not a fighter. So I just felt intimidated. Yeah. And just the sheer rigmarole of the security. Yeah. Security. And it's like, I have 3 weapons here. And by the way, this is the closest they're going to be all day. That was a small boat as well. That was probably the funniest.
You could speak to Beanie about the prison darts.
Yes, of course, yeah.
A boat.
Is he still a guard?
I think Aaron had operation.
Right.
So he's kind of going through a bit of recovery.
Oh, right, okay.
I saw when he came back, he had some really nice spurts.
Yeah.
I think he's a bit disheartened by it, but actually, to be honest, when he came back and he played like that, I was like, that's pretty good. Considering. So I'm hoping we see him a bit more, and I think I'll have a chat with him hopefully and see if he's out there together.
If he's at
a nice
it.
bloke.
If he's at it. Yeah, so the boat was, I would say, 10 foot long by 5 foot wide. And we're just off the beach on the Isle of Man.
10 foot, 5 foot, did you just say?
10 foot by 5 foot boat, it was tiny.
Right, and you're playing darts on that?
And someone had got this freestanding thing that looked a bit like Jesus' cross, to be fair.
Right.
They'd plonked a dartboard on it. Someone was more or less holding it, and it was like sticking in it was like wedged in somewhere. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, this is not going to work. In the end, we abandoned ship.
Right.
We literally abandoned ship. It was like, this is not going to work. But how they thought it was going to work, I don't know.
We need to get the biggest drinker on there, and he'll go, crikey, the board's straight today.
Yeah. But it was one of those that, I'd be fine, mate. It'd be fine. This is not fine. It was never going to be fine.
Now, if you could compete in any other sport professionally, what would it be?
Golf.
And why?
Golf, because I love it. I love the skill. It's very similar to darts. And you thought I'd have gone the other way and gone away from darts. But it's totally different sport, of course. But it's that one-on-one. It's that holding it together. It's that it's your decision. And if you lose, it's yours.
Yeah.
You own that loss. You own that win. You own that whatever it is that day. There's not a team where someone has an absolute stinker and causes you to lose. And golf is very similar to darts in that way. You've got to play well to win. It's technical, and when you get it right, like darts, you've had those spells where it's like, this is so simple. Now I'm just going to throw like this forever.
It's so enjoyable.
It's so enjoyable, yeah. And then I'm going to throw like this forever. What's happened?
Yeah.
Within a minute, it's gone.
Yeah.
Then it comes back again. Well, golf I find very similar. I stand over a ball, I swing it. I hit the ball and it goes exactly how I want it, where I want it. Next time I'm like, what on earth? What am I doing? And I love that.
Yeah.
But I love the technicality of it.
I think as well, when I came to see you, you were like, look, when you see people doing golf, they don't hit it and stop.
Yeah.
It's the follow through. It's the same with the darts. Like, you don't stop that.
The backswing. The backswing on a, you don't see people do that at darts. It's that and that. Golf is like, bring it back, swing. Yeah. That's how it is. And yeah, maybe there's such a correlation that I feel like I can repeat and replicate. But golf for me is, when I watch the Masters or the Open, I just get so immersed in it. I love it. And because I play it to a decent standard, I can relate. can't relate at all. It makes me laugh that I even said it. What an idiot. That's like me relating to how Michael van Gerwen's played over the last 10 years. I can't relate at all. But it's that sport that I love it. I love it.
Good stuff. So, this comes up quite a lot. If you were at a dinner party and you could have 3 guests.
3, right.
Dead or alive.
Yeah.
Who would they be?
Right.
And you can't have Bristow because you used the
No,
word.
can't have Bristow. I would definitely have, and I don't want to get morbid here, I would definitely have my mum and dad.
Good choice. Yeah.
Without them, I literally wouldn't be here.
If it's the option, I'd 100% do the same.
I'd have my mum and dad. Who would be third? Barry Humphries.
Barry Humphries, okay.
Ah.
I thought you were going to say Barry from EastEnders.
What's his name? I forget his name now.
Yeah.
Sean someone.
Yeah.
Barry Humphries. I think he's the most hilarious man on the planet. I just do. And the fact that if he was Les Patterson, which is one of his alter egos, just spitting everywhere, I could imagine the look on my mum's face.
Yeah.
It would be total dread. But the whole point is that 3 of my favourite people.
I think I'd have Ricky Gervais as the substitute. I love Ricky Gervais.
Yeah,
I went to see him recently.
Right.
And he was doing his sort of trial.
Yeah.
So he's in Cambridge. He goes, right, that one I'm not going to use.
Yeah. Yeah.
Whatnot, but he was
very
actually
good.
He was very good.
Yeah.
I like him. He's funny, but he's a real softie, and people don't get that. They go for the nastiness and that, but he's joking. You know, the intention is to play on someone,
yes.
to make and look how much he takes the mick out of himself.
Yes.
So,
but also, like a lot of these comedians, just so clever.
Yeah.
So sharp, so clever, and I think I like that. I like that.
What's one thing about you that your fans would be surprised to learn?
I've been to see Celine Dion.
Okay, that's definitely not what I expected.
7 times.
7 times? Did your heart go on? My heart will go on.
So that's out there.
We can't take that back. I mean, if this makes the edit, you're not coming back from this one.
Yeah, I shouldn't have said that.